What is up, guys? I'm Tanner with OBO, and welcome back to another HubSpot Plus Expert Insights and Hidden Gems video. Let's dive into activities today. So in the settings cog, you'll go down to objects and then you'll scroll to activities right here, as you can see. And we're going to go through these three different tabs here. What I will say is these two other tabs are new. They are recently added. This email frequency controls requires Sales Enterprise or Sales Pro. And in order to edit these, you need to have account access. Email frequency controls is live right now. Associations is in a current private beta, which you can apply for. It's not only, restricted access. Anyone can access it. You just have to apply for it. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the email log and track. This is essentially your freedom of how you want your emails and HubSpot to be connected together. And so you can have it to where it's tracking every single email and then logging those emails into a new contact and creating all of those connections and associations immediately. So these two only pertain to the sales extension. And I'm going to go over that in my next video where I say HubSpot everywhere. I'm going to go into the sales extension, the HubSpot everywhere extension. So stick around if you want to see that one. That'll probably be next week. These two checkboxes essentially ask if you want to track your emails for all of the new recipients that come in inside of HubSpot. And if you want to restrict specific domains or email addresses, you can just add them right here. Otherwise, if you have these boxes checked in, especially this one, it's going to log all of those people into your HubSpot. So just be careful with that. You'll see a lot of random stuff if you get a lot of spam or if you have a lot of conversations with people that aren't going to be necessarily contacts that you really want to have in your HubSpot. It's going to get kind of messy and it'll really kind of bog down your contacts list and you'll have to delete a lot of stuff. So just make sure you know what you're doing when you check this box, and you want to keep things clean. On the second tab, like I said, this is live. This is the email frequency controls. Default is always going to be 1,000 on a rolling 24-hour basis. So you send 1,000 emails on a 24-hour basis. You can restrict the total number of emails you send out, and that will cut off any emails you send from HubSpot, and sequence enrollments will be blocked. Also, just be sure to check your personal email settings because that might be less than this. In a free personal Gmail account, you only get 350 that you can send per day. And so it's whichever one is lower, obviously, then you're gonna hit that limit. And really, it's just so that your sales reps aren't going crazy with so many emails that are not very personalized, and you can limit that number so they can actually take the time to do that. Or if you're getting spammed out, this might be a good option as well. Moving on to the third tab, we have associations for the activities. So this is really exciting. It's in private beta right now. You can apply to get access. It's not restricted to anybody. But what this means is when you have activities that happen with specific objects, automatically you can create defaults to log to associated objects with the object you were just updating. So for example, if I have a contact named Joe and I just had a call with Joe and Joe belongs to a company and a deal and a ticket that I have also in HubSpot that are associated with Joe, what I can do is I can choose to automatically log every single call I have with Joe to that company as well. So then when I go to that company, I can see all of the calls I had with Joe. I can see all of the calls I had with Sarah. I can see all of the calls I had with Javier. And then I can see a long list of all the calls with this primary company. And then the associated contacts will have their individual call logs as well. You have the option to log to none, log all of the calls, or log 1 or 5 of the most recently associated contacts with this company. And I just want to emphasize that all this is doing for you is logging the most recent activities you're having with specific objects and then connecting them with the most recent associations that you've been having. So for example, if you just opened up a ticket with Joe and then you logged a call with Joe on the contacts, you don't want it to go to all of the previous tickets you've had. So what you can do is you can just say, I'm going to log it to the first most recently associated ticket. So that way, all of the calls I just had with Joe will only go to that ticket and not to every single other ticket as well. That is the kind of flexibility and control that your admins now have to associate with all of these different objects to make sure that they all align with one another. And each individual object has its configurable options with every activity type. So you can go from calls to tickets, you can go from calls to deals, you can go from deals to tickets, you can go from deals to calls, and you can do every activity type that's logged on that specific record and how it's going to be associated with those relevant records that you want to actually log the activities to on the other objects as well. It works the same with the rest of the objects that you have. These are custom objects, so don't worry if you don't have these. This is slightly confusing, and there's a lot of different use cases for this. So if you have any questions, just let me know. And that's that for activities. I'm Tanner. This is another HubSpot Plus Expert Insights and Hidden Gems video. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.